Why, hello there. So, I just want to say, towards the end, not right now, but towards the end, there will be massive Rain World spoilers. So if you plan on playing a exploration game, that can be a little frustrating at times, but relaxing at others, and it's just fun to just like explore things. Go play that game. I highly recommend it, but it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. So I'll talk more about that later. Yes, because I'm gonna like start having little segments in my videos now. First things first, though. This has been a great start to the year. Like, I have been getting so much done this month because I'm not sick, I'm not dealing with emotional problems. It's just like, I finally am getting rest. So that was nice. Also, my diet's going back to normal. So, first couple weeks really sucked though, because I was going under caffeine withdrawals, and you know how much that sucks. It takes a while to get the caffeine all out of your system. So, I got all that out of my system, and now I'm feeling pretty great. And then basically the third week, I basically was doing everything that I was supposed to, and it's like, my God, I'm feeling happy, I feel energized, and I'm getting way more done. And then I started faltering a little bit in the fourth and fifth week, but it's at least something. It's like that's probably gonna be a nice sign for the next month of February. With that said, though, I tried recording this once before and it went for an hour and a half, but I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'll just record it the next day. But the next day, I was feeling so awful because I was skipping sleep to go record that I had to go sleep immediately the next day because I needed that sleep. And I'm going to remember that for the future. So I'm probably going to be changing up my schedule when I record this video. I mean, these little vlog videos. So, now I'm going to go talk about the segments that are going to be coming up in the future. I'm going to be calling them checkpoints. Just points to go check in on how everything's doing. So, first things first. Oh yeah. Just like each little segment, like emotional efficiency, checkpoint, knowledge, like what I've learned, physical for like diet, exercise, whatever. And how much a checkpoint on Smash. I'm not sure about that one because maybe I need to go cut something out and I might have to cut out Smash. And I'm just like, no, don't say it's so. I don't want to. And then a game log, which you're listening to Rain World music right now, and Rain World got me out of the depressive, like, emotional funk. Or it's like, so I feel like I need like a few like more like experiences just to be like, wait, there's more to world than just doing the same thing over and over again. It's nice to explore things, and Rain World was like the perfect like relaxation, yet like doing try hard stuff at the same time. So I'm happy about that. I'll talk about that more later though. And then I'm gonna have another checkpoint where I'm talking about like stuff that I've created, whether it's like videos uploading to YouTube or like learning stuff in Blender, because I do want to like make cool worlds like this at some point. Maybe music too, I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I do want to create things. So, yeah. And then I'll end off every video with Beat Saber as usual, because at this point, it's just like a regular thing that I'm doing. I kind of like doing it. Alright. So, now for some random stuff to talk about. So, last vlog, I forgot to go talk about Armored Core. I don't think I'm going to upload Armored Core, because I was extremely tired for a lot of it, and I was getting a little grumpy at points. So it's like, and like even looking back for like highlights and such, it's like I have to sift through like a lot of time, because I think I played like I I don't even know how many hours. I think I played like 60 hours at least. But that was mainly, I think it was in October that I was playing it. Maybe November. I don't know. Somewhere around there. But yeah, it was just not the time for me to play it. But yeah, now I've played the game and such. Okay, so I did make a little tier list of the characters I like in it though. So, hobot. Oops, I move myself. I go over here. So, like, down below, all characters I didn't really care about. So, you see the three snakes like down here. I don't really have a mouse that I can point at. So, the little three snakes, that's Sulla. People keep on saying that he was like super hard, like, oh my god, like everyone loses and they've been stuck there forever. And I'm just like, every build I've tried, he was a pushover with every build that I did. I did the close range like Ludlow build. I used like a sword on it. I did the starter tutorial one. I did the missile boat and the wind button, I like to call it, where it's the double Gatling. They all kicked his butt. I'm just like, why are people saying that Sulla is hard? He's like one of the easiest encounters that I've faced. I just find it funny because he talks up such a big game before that. And then I forget what a lot of these other ones are down here. But as you can see over here with... Oops. Gosh darn it. Over here with the little squiggly line, it's the little lady in your head that calls you stud muffin. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be saying some spoilers, but I don't think that's much of a spoiler. I don't know. But yeah. I didn't think too much of her because, like, most of the time she was just like restating the obvious just in case you missed it and you weren't paying attention. So it's kind of hard for me to like it's kind of hard for me to get into a character that's just like, ooh, did you see that? That was cool. Yes. Ooh, did you see that? Ooh, that's cool. Don't you like me now? It's like I can't get into a character like that. And then there's a few characters here that I like their role in the story. Like, I think it's Rubicon Leader, whoever the hawk guy is. He was pretty neat, but I didn't really care too much about him. But I like his role. I hate the heck out of Snail. Snail's like a bastard, but I like his role because you get to go beat him up later, and that's satisfying. Apparently he killed Rusty, but I had no idea. I had to go like I looked at comments and such, and then apparently he killed Rusty, and I just never knew on my first time playing through. Well, 3 times, because you have to play all 3 playthroughs to get to the final ending. Again, I'm gonna spoil something in a second. If you haven't played it, so go play it if you want like an alternative take on like mecha. I mean, well, technically this is like the more common side of mechs. I love Mech Warrior because I like the walking tanks and having your arm get blown off. It's like, oh, my arm, I still got this one. Oh no, my leg. Oh, I gotta get over there. There's almost there. Just a little bit more. I like that. Whereas in Armor Core, you're just kind of like skating. Woo, wee, skating. Pew, 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 pew. It's like, I do love Armor Core. But it is a very different experience. It's not what I expect of heavy duty, like, walking tanks. It feels more like a mobile suit or something like that with the frickin' Armor Core. And I did love watching Gundam when I was growing up, so I do like Armor Core. I definitely feel the Dark Souls influence on Armor Core, though. Because I think I played Armor Core 4 at a friend's house. And it was really hard, But like he was asking me to go make it past a certain point because he was having a hard time beating the game. Because he usually would ask me to go through and beat the hardest parts in games. And I usually could because like I've picked up I was like a massive gaming nerd growing up, so like I could pick up games real fast. So even though he was stuck on it for weeks or something like that, I would pick it up real fast because I've seen it all before. But I gotta say, Armored Core 4, like I was not used to that. Funny thing is though, when I got to Armored Core 6, I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't seen anything like this before. And then like halfway through like my first playthrough, I'm like, wait a minute. Maybe I have seen this before. This way that I'm dodging in like a spirally motion and jumping up and down. That seems familiar. Now, it's probably the Armored Core 4, but I'm pretty sure I've seen that in another game. But I can't really remember. I mean, you know what? Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's probably Global Agenda. A dead game. But I had a fun time with Global Agenda. 1,600 hours according to Steam. And I don't know how much before I got on Steam. I was addicted to that game. It was so fun. That's the game that got me into PvP. Anyways, back to Armored Core 6. Because I don't think I'm going to have really anything of note to say about Global Agenda. Let's see. Rusty. Everyone loves Rusty, but of course you're going to love Rusty. He's basically like the personification of like your rival or best bud that's with you, because it's like they went down a checklist of like all the things that would make you like a character and just like shoved it into like Rusty. It's like, but that's kind of like basically all of Armored Core is just nonstop, just like anime moments just put into a video game. It's like, I love it. It's just like, problem is I've seen it all before, so I didn't really get too hard, which really stinks because everyone loves the heck of like the Rusty shooting the snail. No, not the snail. He would have shot snail, but the ice worm, I think it's called. But I like calling it the Alaskan bullworm. It's the Alaskan bullworm. All right. Anyways, but like when he shot it with the sniper, he's like, "I won't miss," and so many people are like, "Oh my god, he said the thing is so awesome," and I'm just like, you know how many times I've heard that in anime? I don't even watch that much anime, but you know how many times people have said that? I just found that kind of funny. But like on this tier list, I have, I think it's Pater. V8 Pater, I think it is. I like him more because two things. One, he impersonates Rusty, which makes me like him more than Rusty because of that, funnily enough. It makes him a bit more human, but it's also very really funny. But like it also makes you like Rusty more, so I really liked that. It was really funny. Because the Vespers are supposed to be like these super like stoic, like in control of everything kind of dudes. But like that was just like him showing a little bit of emotion. I think it's, if I remember right, I think it's something about like them being like reprogrammed or something, so they have to think a certain way after like certain training and re-education or whatever, because if that's what Vespers do. But yeah, and then the other part, which I think is in like the third playthrough, where he's just panicking for some reason. Unfortunately, I don't remember about what. I think he was just like, I forget who died, but there was someone that died and he panics. And for some reason, I liked that. Unfortunately, I don't remember because it's such a long time ago. But yeah. And then up next is Iguazu. He was just kind of a fun thing. And now I'm going to do the major spoiler of the game. He's the main boss at the very end, because most of the game, he's just like this forgettable dude. Like, he's absolutely nothing to the story in the first playthrough. And then later on, as the game goes on, All Mind is like, hey, he has a lot of potential and determination. His determination is to kick your butt because he just can't let things go. He's super petty. He will do anything to get rid of you. He's that petty, which I found really funny. So, but like, I like that they made a loser like be the final boss, which is really funny. I haven't quite seen that before, at least in this way. I'm sure there's like some other losers that become like the final boss later, but it's usually like gifted from a super bigger boss. First example that comes to mind is like Zant in Twilight Princess, because Zant is also a loser that will do anything he can to get power, but like, so he got power from Ganondorf, but yeah, so, but like, it's just kind of funny. So I really liked Iguazu. Though I do think a little bit of what Armored Core was trying to do didn't quite affect me. Because I remember Rusty being like, "Oh, you're trying harder after that first battle that we had. Now in this battle, you're trying even harder, and you're really good. You must have found your purpose." I'm like, no, not really. I just kept on doing it because this is just the thing to do. I have to do this to beat the game. It was like, nah. And then once Iguazu came in, it's like, oh frick, I forget, what did he say? As he's dying, he says something about like he wanted to just surpass you or something like that, and that, I don't know. But like, I'm just like, nah. Oh wait, no, I think he said I want to be better than you, and I'm just like, I don't know. You're the one that has a reason to live. So I'm like, oh, I think that's a different way. I don't think that's how the game was meant to be. But I just thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, again, I was very bored and very grumpy throughout like most of like Armored Core. Funnily enough, my favorite moments were just using the missile boat. I'm just like, ooh, watching missiles. Ooh, watching the mechs go dodge everything. Yay! Though most of the time I was just using the double Ludlos and double like starter rockets for most of the thing. Eventually, like once I kept running out of ammo constantly, I swapped one of the Ludlos for a sword, because one, sword doesn't run out of power. Two, you get like a stagger. And three, it's like, that's probably more of the way that you're supposed to do it. Because at that point, like, it's basically like an upgrade version of the starter core. So, yeah. Because I basically used the knock for the majority of the earlier runs. And then eventually I unlocked the core for Snail's main core. I didn't know this at the time. That does sour the mood a little bit. But like, when I first saw it, I'm just like, there's these big holes, because purple and white is my color scheme. But the white part was like outlining the black area. So it being on the purple area, everything else, it looks like a big, like freaking goofy face just smiling there. I'm just like, okay, this is my core. I don't care. We'll make it work. We'll change everything else to make it work. Made the game a lot easier though. I didn't know, because apparently it's a very high defensive stat, but I also was running a lot of like fast things as well. So I was going fast and had like, because that was the only tanky one, but that's like the one that matters the most. So I got to go fast and kill things. So that was really fun. Still though, my favorite build was the missile boats. But yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, next. Speaking of missile boats, Carla. I like her. I like her attitude and about everything, really. And the fact that she also like spams the heck out of missiles at every opportunity. I'm just like, yes. So I love her. And then, I still don't remember the name. I probably should have looked it up before recording again. The dude with the liger tail. Michigan, I think it is. Yeah. Basically, drill sergeant thing. Basically gives me some vibes of like the drill instructor from MechWarrior 2, which I loved as a kid. I haven't seen the drill instructor like trope much like at all. So that's basically doing nostalgia straight to my childhood. So I loved the heck of like Michigan every time he talked. He was very fun. But yeah, it's the trope of I'm a big, bad, tough guy. I'm gonna shit talk you all the time. But he's a big sweetheart on the inside, so I kind of like that. Now, that said, all of those characters from like Michigan and lower, they're just fun. They're just fun. Walter's the only one that made me feel things. Basically, the I'm going to do things, and everyone's gonna hate me for it, but I have to do it because it's the right thing. That kind of thing, and making me feel emotional because of that. And then another emotional gut punch when it's like, oh, you found a friend, and then it's just like deciding not to go kill you. I still don't understand why he did that entirely. Like, I don't know if it's because he saw ire in your head, and he's like, oh, I see you now there as well, so I guess I won't kill you or something like that. Or maybe, I don't know. It's probably a multi-purpose thing. Yeah. It probably is multiple things at the same time. So, yeah. Because I would assume From Software does things like that. So, yeah. Wait, what's the foot? Isn't the foot like the fucking random dude? I mean, I guess he was really funny. The freaking random ass dude when you're going on your way to go see Carla. Just mad stop. He is a throwaway, but he's a very funny throwaway. Yeah, same thing with the whatever the skull guy was down there. But like Mad Stomp is just funnier to me. So yeah, I'm gonna go bop and a boop. There. Now we're back to this. Alright. So, now that I've done talking about, like, Armor Core, I don't know if I'll do another playthrough. I'll probably wait a few years and try to go back to it. Then again, they'll probably have an Armor Core 7. Oh, wait, no. If they're doing the things that they've always done in the past, they're gonna have, like, an Armor Core 6, like, expansion thing. So, we'll go see. I might go do that at some point. Because I do know a couple people that are interested in the Armor Core series, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Because Armor Core, it's a blend of things. I'm not sure if it's going to mesh with the crowd of like the friends that I have. So we'll see. Fun game though. Speaking of friends, I've been getting in VR again lately, and oh my god, I forgot how nice it is to just freaking relax. Because when I was sick, I can't put on my headset because otherwise I'll just keep on blowing my nose and get all the tissue stuff into my headset. I mean, I could tell myself not to do that and just take my headset off every time, but you know, when you're feeling sick, like eventually you're gonna want to actually go blow your nose and just not even care if the headset's on you or not. So I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna go sleep. But now that like I'm in VR again, I can go relax because I normally don't play like video games when I'm in VR. I'm usually in worlds like this, and I'll just go chill, just like lay up against a pillow or something like that, and do the same thing in real life, so it feels nice. Yeah. Let's see. Last of the random things. So, I have been organizing the absolute crud of my computer because I haven't done that in a few years because I've been feeling kind of icky for a little while, especially last year. So, I've pretty much gotten the major stuff out of the way because I was editing almost like every few days and for like hours at a time. And then one day I spent like 8 hours just organizing because I was talking with someone, but I didn't want to like leave rudely. But at the same time, I was also distracted just like organizing things. I'm just like, ooh, I'm getting so much done. So I just kept on doing that. So I gotta say, it made me realize there's probably a lot of stuff I don't really need. So I deleted quite a bit of stuff. But it is kind of interesting to see like where my head was at, like in the past few years, and then like even earlier than that. So that was kind of fun doing all that. And in my headspace at this current moment, oh, peace and tranquility. I freaking love the Rain World music. But yeah, it's quite varied, but most of it's relaxing. I do love it. Now, with all that said, I think it's time to go on to like the checkpoint stuff. I still don't know if I'm gonna keep this, but I figure I'd go give it a shot. So, first couple of weeks were rough because of caffeine withdrawals. I don't remember if I said it because this is my second time recording this. So, yeah, gotta say, the first month of not having caffeine is always the hardest. I've cut out caffeine a few times in the past, but the first month is always the hardest. Just keep it out of the house if you can. But yeah, after the first couple weeks, the third week, I felt amazing. And my eyes were actually white. They weren't like red or pink or anything like that. They were actually just all white. I'm like, oh my God. Cause I was getting 3 to 5 hours of sleep for a very, very long time. So, yeah. But yeah, and then the last 2 weeks, not the best. But like overall, I've been super freaking happy this month. I've been getting so much done. It's like, oh my God. And I'm glad I can actually say this because I didn't want to like start a bunch of vlogs and just be like, oh, things are bad. Things are still bad. More bad. I didn't want that. So I'm glad like this month was actually good. Things are actually going places. I just had to stop being emotional and being sick. So happy about that. Oh yeah. Speaking of things that happened like a couple months ago. Remember when I was talking about like I was being grumpy and tired and all that around Armor Core? There's a band I like to listen to when like things are at their very worst and it feels like world is never going to get better. Never ever, never ever. Anyways, references aside, I would listen to Korn. So I will say this: if you're in like the worst mindset possible and everything feels pointless and you hate everybody and blah blah blah, Korn lets me vent that out. But if I'm in a happy mood or like any normal mood, it's just gonna make me sad. So I say listen to that music at your own discretion. Not every one of their songs is like that, but there are some songs you might need to be prepared for. But yeah, I love that band. Definitely can't recommend it to everyone, but for people who are in a bad spot in their life, Korn might be a nice listen. Now that I've done the emotional checkpoint, the efficiency checkpoint, productivity, blah blah blah. So I've stopped removing like random viewing of YouTube videos. I'm still going to go like watch YouTube videos from time to time because if I need to go learn something, I can go find it on YouTube easily and see it like a video of someone doing that thing. And then if a friend sends me something on YouTube, well, I'm gonna go watch it. But yeah, I'll go do that. I gotta say though, it's very tempting to go click something else that's in the sidebar. I would hide that sidebar if I could, but you know they're never gonna let you do that. It's evil, evil, I say. But they want to be popular, so it's not gonna happen. Okay. But yeah, I've saved like a lot of time doing that because I didn't realize how much time I was doing it. Again, writing down like every moment of everything that you're doing in your life does help a lot. Makes you very mindful of every decision you make and how long it takes and how it makes you feel and all that. So with all this freed up time, I'm gonna be getting more sleep for starters, which will have better quality of the time, and I'll actually have more time to go do things because things won't take as long. Which gives me time to go edit videos, and just making sure everything else in life is working properly. But yeah, I kind of was like starting to try to implement this stuff back in December. And then January, I was actually able to fully implement it. Now, February, I'm hoping that I won't like go back down into my bad habits ever again. That said, I did have a soda today. Very bad idea. Basically, I want to make sure I was awake enough to do this video because it's 2:45 right now in the morning. I'm gonna hate myself tomorrow, especially since like today was like the hardest work day in a long time because it was super understaffed, and then like it was way busier than everyone was expecting. Everyone was expecting a nice easy day. Nope, was not. So everything was just constantly unprepared and like and all that all day. So it was kind of rough. I'm gonna sleep very well tonight though, because I'm gonna have a sore body. Anyways, next point is I'm going to attempt having 2 days where I record video games. One of those is going to be playing Smash, because it was supposed to be a monthly thing, but now it's become a weekly thing because of someone that was playing it with me at a time. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to try editing videos so I have all the clips from last year, and then hopefully I'll be able to catch up with the videos this year so I can have like an end of the year thing for both of them. But we'll see, because it's a lot of footage, and some days it might be reasonable, like to like 1 to 3 hours, but there's been some days that are like more than 4 hours. So whoopsies. So we'll see what happens with that, because that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time to go sift through. So yeah. And then the other day that I'm going to record is I'm going to be going for game logs. So, because I probably have enough games to last me for many years, and then I'm probably going to be gifted stuff, and there's also like a lot of free game like deals and such everywhere, so I'll probably never run out of anything. So we'll go see what happens. So I'm just trying to go catch up on stuff, because there's so many classics that I want to play for so long. I'm gonna go make a list of games, and then I'm gonna say the time to beat and like what the priority is, and I'm gonna post that somewhere. Where, I don't know. I've seen some people do Google Docs. Oh my goodness. It's a lot harder to talk when you have that soda. Good thing I have water here. My apologies. But yeah. Don't drink soda if you're about to talk for a long time. Yeah, it's bad on the vocal cords and such. I learned just how bad acidic stuff was back when I used to look into voice acting and stuff. I am super out of practice with my voice acting stuff, and I'm not about to do it right now because my throat's already not liking me. But yeah. Let's see. But yeah, I may have to go cut back on something at some point because it can be very overwhelming just how much gets recorded in a week. Let's see. And outside of those 2 days where I'm recording stuff, I'm basically trying to make myself bored for the rest of the week. That way, when I go play video games, when I play Smash and when I do my game log, it'll feel like the best thing ever. So we'll see what happens with that. Basically, the only time where I'll be super happy is being in VR for the hour before bedtime, because that's the only way I can relax. But sometimes something might happen, and then the other time will basically be editing videos, yeah, and listening to music to and from work. Because at this point in time, I've been letting myself get too sleepy, and it's very hard to concentrate on the road if I don't have music playing. Funnily enough, I don't know why. But my mind just kind of zonks out at the end of the day if I don't have music playing when I'm driving home from work. Yeah, I was lacking that much sleep for quite a while. It probably should have been a warning to myself, but nah. But yeah, but now because of that third week, I am definitely getting more sleep. Holy shit. I felt so much better and got so much more done. It was so nice. It's oh my god, life can be on easy mode? Really? It's impossible. Yeah. Speaking of energy levels and such, I forgot to move that to the next section. But Rain Worlds, you'll see different energy levels that I have throughout that playthrough. I'm still a very calm person, so you might not notice it right away. But I generally do 2 or 3 sessions, sometimes 4. And then I'll have different feels, different energy levels based on what day it is. Of course, some areas do change my energy levels a bit. There is a water world. Water worlds are going to drain the energy, of course. With any video game, water worlds will do that. But yeah. Alright, next checkpoint. The knowledge checkpoint. Which I'm going to be talking about in a second because most of my research that I was doing this month was basically just looking at psychology, philosophy, and exercise things. So I'm going to be covering that in a moment, but I'm going to be learning other things other than those things because I like looking at things that relate to how to improve your body and mind. So yeah, but there's other things that I still need to go learn. I just don't find them as interesting. So I gotta learn house maintenance stuff, how to take better care of your truck and blah blah blah. But yeah, let's go do that. So speaking of physical things, physical checkpoint, dieting stuff. I've been looking into my diet a bit. I still need to do a lot more research on the diet. I've been looking into that. I've definitely cut out everything bad out of my diet. And another reminder of how fatty foods affect the brain, because I feel I might have said it before in a previous vlog, but peanut butter really makes it so I can't think. But also, I had quite a bit of crackers and bread this month, so it would make me extremely tired. Yeah, so carbs will make you sleepy. Yep. I was actually watching a video earlier today too, reiterating that, but it was like, if you're go eat fats in the morning and then carbs in the evening, because fats make you motivated and carbs make you not so motivated and makes you sleepy. How much is that true? I don't know. It's just something I've heard. Alright. Yeah. The only bad thing left in my diet is tempted to do energy drinks, because I want to do energy drinks when I do my game log days, because I want to make sure I have enough energy throughout recording those. But depending on how things go, I may decide never energy drinks at all. I'll have to go see. Or maybe I'll just make it like once a month. I don't know. We'll go see. Yeah. But I've been adding like a lot more like protein stuff into my diet. Having the protein shakes again. And been adding some vitamins into the diet and such. But one thing I remember is like, holy shit, eggs, oh my god, any day I have eggs in the morning, like the rest of the day is fine. It's so good. It's like they have everything you need. It feels amazing. Oh, yeah. Also, I've lacked fish in my diet for a very long time, so after looking at like exercise programs and then also remembering my mom used to suggest shrimp a long time ago, I'm adding shrimp into my diet because high protein is apparently one of the healthier fish, so having shrimp now. I gotta say it's weird, though I've only had it once so far. I put it in the freezer and they exploded with ice everywhere. I'm like, oh, is that why? I only froze it once. I didn't refreeze it. I only froze it once. So I guess just eat it the same day, I guess. So lesson learned with shrimp. I'm having more bananas again. Bananas are always nice and easy. I tried Greek yogurt the other day. Oh my god, I don't like it. But then again, I had the plain instead of like a flavored one, so that might have something to do with it. Yeah. But like, my body feels so much better with everything that I've been eating lately. So that said, exercise. I think I'm probably gonna like flesh this out a bit more for the future like times I make this vlog. That way I can more easily track each section of the body. But I have like a little list here of things that are weak and such. Feet and ankles are kind of weak. My hamstrings are weak, but whose hamstrings aren't weak? Upper legs. Yeah, upper legs is something I need to work on, because I was doing Beat Saber recently, and sometimes I'd want to go like put my leg back kind of like all the way, but sometimes it would just like move just a little bit, just because my legs are so weak that it feels like I'm doing a lot more than I actually am. Also, I just poked that. I need to go move things away. Map. I have chaperones on. There we go. I swear I do. I guess I've just been moving closer. But yeah. Upper legs. Gotta work on the pelvic tilt. Gotta work on helping the hip muscles and such. Hip flexors. Trying to work on the lower back. because, you know, my back just died a few months back. One thing I learned is probably one of the reasons why I die is not just because like my muscles are weak in general, but like apparently you're supposed to have your chest like down a little bit, and you have like the side of your abs just squeeze in, and then like you have to have like the proper like tilt down there somehow, and just like it's all squeezed together, and then it feels really stiff. It was very hard doing that because it's muscles that I'm not used to using at all. Gave me flashbacks to when I first started doing ab exercises. Because when I first started doing ab exercises, I had to go like pull my legs to get myself up to do a sit-up. But after a while, like my muscles got activated. So I was able to actually start doing them. And now my abs are like really freaking strong. I can do crunches and stuff. Not as strong as like an Olympic athlete or something like that, but they're quite strong, so I'm happy about that. Nice to see like improvements. Other areas I'm planning on doing is the chest, because what the heck uses the chest? I have to look more into that. I need to do something with the shoulders because I realize they kind of hurt quite a lot. One thing I saw someone do is like they raise their arm up, they go back, and then they go up. And when I did that, like it loosened up a lot. I'm like, what the heck? Because generally what I'll do is I'll just go straight up, and that doesn't feel great. So it must be something with the anatomy. But like doing that, like it feels so good. Just like back up, and that's just really nice. I don't know my anatomies. I have to go look that into that more. But yeah, because of some things at work, like my shoulders and my wrists have been kind of killing me because of something that they've done. And lastly, I'm a nerd. I'm a big old nerd. So I have nerd neck. Like the neck goes forward a little bit. But like as I do exercises and also VR, it's been getting better. Because VR, like every time I calibrate, I can't just like lean forward. I have to put my head back in order to align it properly. Because otherwise it'll just not line up with the legs properly. And then also in Beat Saber, there's a few things where like they'll have the walls go back and forth real quick, so you have to go boom, 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 boom. But if your head is forward and then you do that, like then that will hurt. Luckily, someone told me about that when I was playing Beat Saber with them. So that helped a lot, and I didn't know that was a thing. But yeah, that's all the things that are weak in my body. As for things that are strong, well, I already told you about the abs, because I was trying to do like 30-day like ab exercises. I gotta say, when I was doing that, starting is the hardest part, because you're so weak that you probably can't even do the proper form. So it's like I was stuck on like level 1 for the longest time, and then I would just like do the level 1 kind of thing. And then I'd be like, wait a minute, I'm doing this slightly wrong. Let me slightly fix it. And then it would get like 10 times harder. I'm like, oh no, not again. And then I realized it's still wrong in a different way. And then I would fix it again. And then it gets hard again. So I don't feel so bad about doing the lower rated exercises now, because getting proper form is way more intense than just doing the motion. Because one thing I realize with a lot of exercises is that I used to just do the motions of an exercise, but use the improper muscles for it, because I'm using muscles that like usually are compensating for all my other muscles. So Yeah. Proper form. Go do it. You know, it may suck at the first time because you're not seeing as much, but you'll love yourself in the end for it because you're going to be so much stronger in so many more ways. After all, you want to make sure your body is good for when those random, weird, wacky things happen to your body and you get tossed in a certain way. But yeah, other things that are strong are my lower legs, because I used to go biking like every day for like for I don't know how many miles, and I used to go hiking mountains, so they've always been strong because of that. But I also always like opt to go walk whenever I can, unless if I have to go like get groceries or go to work or something like that, something long distance. But yeah, I don't walk as much as I used to though, because walking takes time and it's hard to find time. But now, like, if I want to work out my legs, I'd probably go do it indoors. But that might change at some point. We'll go see, because it's nice to get fresh air and your mind gets to be clear when you're going for a walk. But like, I live in the middle of a town, so it's kind of hard for that to happen. Yeah. And then, of course, the last thing is upper arms, because Beat Saber, because I was such a try-hard gamer, like, I kept on trying to go do harder songs and then harder songs, so I can just, like, flail my arms that much. And if I do it really hard, like, I feel like the arm's just, like, inflating, basically. So, yeah. Which I remember saying in the last video, because I freaking I didn't do the sound right. I'm not going to attempt it again. Alright, let's see. But yeah, with all the exercises that I'm doing, I'm trying to do them to failure, because proper form is important, but I'll just keep on doing it until my form starts to like fade a little bit. Yeah. So I haven't done this yet, but I'm going to go be a bit more thorough about like which muscle groups are being used when, and then swap them out, because it takes 48 hours for like your muscles to like heal, apparently. And then like if it's really bad, it'll take like 72 hours, basically 3 days. So yeah. So what I plan on doing is, since it'll probably be a lot easier to do it, I'll work on legs one day, work on the arms another day, and probably chest or something like that another day. I have to look more into it. I don't know enough about like changing up what days you exercise. Though I've heard some people will do, there's now a huge difference between doing 3 days and 6 days, but I'm going to try it anyways, because the amount that you do is really important. Oh, that's right. I did freaking put this in here. Ugh. Now I actually have to go move, because oh my gosh, I am so much more exhausted from work than I thought. But yeah, like, one thing that's been helping a lot is sideways leg lifts. Oh my god, they're still sore from the other day. But yeah, it's like, we go do this a little bit. This helps with the hips a bit. But yeah, and then there's like form tips. Like, I think my leg might be a little far forward, so I've seen some videos say put your leg back, which probably isn't back at all. And you can stabilize yourself with like bending the knee. So yeah, doing that a whole bunch. And I remember doing that with a friend and realizing they're much more they're much more fit than I am like that. And then let's see, another one is clamshell. Very similar, but you're just opening and closing. That works a different set of muscles. And then there's the figure 4 stretch, where you put your leg on the other one and you push down on the other one. Maybe I don't know if I have to look to see if you should be pushing it with your arm at all, or if you just should be doing it with just the leg muscles. And then there's like a second part to it where you pull back on this leg. And when I did this, I'm like, oh my god, it feels so much better. Though it won't do that. I forgot that my tracker was on that side. Ah! No, get back. Body. But yeah. Oh yeah, and then there's the freaking side plank. I had to do the side plank with my ab exercises as well. I always dreaded them, because they're always the hardest one. But yeah, I always hated doing those. Also, it's such a pain on my arm, especially the elbow, but like pretty much everywhere throughout the arm, because it feels like there's no padding. Yeah. Now I don't have to be on the floor anymore. Let me just make sure they didn't mess up my calibration too much, because I'm not going to see the difference too much. But there. But you might. Then, of course, doing squats. I've been trying to do, like, the starter ones. Supposedly, I think it's called the jackknife squat. Basically, you want to work on your range of motion first. So this one, starting out with squats, you can go past your toes with this one. And then, just to get started, you basically go so low that you're basically like kind of resting down there. But I'm not going to do that right now, because well, actually, you know what? Fuck it. Don't be a bitch. But yeah. I just go like super low. Oh wait, that's right. It's not got a track. Ah! I did it wrong. It didn't hurt, but I did it wrong. Wait, actually, you know what? Let me just get the other tracker to sense it. There. I want to go see. Oh my gosh. And then the music kicks in. Ooh, squat music. So, let's see. So. Oh wait, actually I'm supposed to be... Oh no, I'm supposed to be going closer. So go as far down as you can. And then go back up. Except I think I had my... I didn't go past the frickin' toes there. But yeah, assisted squats like that. And then after a while, that was the jackknife squats. And then you go to assisted squats, where you don't go past the toes anymore. You're supposed to do like regular stuff. Right now, those muscles are very weak. So I've been working on that a bit. Because I realize my upper legs do not like to move at all. I'll use the bottom part of my legs, but my upper legs, they really don't want to move. So I'm trying to build up a lot more strength and flexibility with that. Because I've never had a reason to. Like, I think the most motion I ever really had with my legs is bike riding. Because hiking, you really don't have to do a whole lot. Unless if you're like going on the rocky trails, or you have to like go place your foot in certain directions. So yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of more range of motion flexibility stuff, ankles is another thing I have to go do. Basically, I have to go by my stairs and do like touchdowns. Basically, you'll be up somewhere. Oh wait, actually, why am I doing that? I'm not in the video game world. But basically, like, your feet will be up both on the same level, and then you touch down on the floor. And then you just do that a few times. So your foot will, like, you'll basically make it go that way. So it's like, this is where your leg is. You'll go that way, basically. You just do that a few times, and that'll increase the range of motion. But you gotta be careful with it. So that's one thing I gotta do. I can do it the other way in VR and be like, yay! Woohoo! But that's only going that way, and my range of motion isn't bad that way. So I can be on my tippy toes all I want. Ooh. But, yeah. So, but that's not really something I'm worried about, but it's probably still good to go work on that kind of strength and the muscles in those areas. Let's see. Push-ups. Currently, I'm just doing wall push-ups. Trying to get the proper form and not destroy myself. I've been realizing, like, how much it messes with the chest, because I've been looking at, like, various videos with push-ups. And oh my god, I forgot. You're supposed to get the shoulder blades, like, into it. So you squeeze the back and you expose the chest. Roar! But you gotta make sure you don't do it, like, horizontally like this, because then, like, you'll just absolutely just destroy it somehow. Which I feel has something to do with, like, similar to that exercise I did, like where you pull it back and then up. But, like, doing it like this will relax it. But when you do it during a push-up, like, it'll basically pinch on something. So, nice to know. If only, like, physical education teachers educated this in school. Normally they're just like, hey, just go do the thing. Is it hurting? Are you having a hard time? Just try harder. It's like, no. Tell me the muscle movements in the proper moves in the proper form, please. And I just mentioned the bracing the core again. Again, you just, like, making sure the chest is tilted the proper way and just squeezing in. And then I'll, like, straighten up your back, and it makes it so it doesn't get destroyed quite so much. Yes. I'm going to be looking at more exercises, and I'm going to be looking at anatomy. I'm going to have to look at anatomy anyways, because I want to make cool avatars like this. But I'm going to have to go look at the muscle groups on, like, a human, and I'm going to go try making some, like, unique avatar for myself at some point. But I would like to make something that's relatively human-like at that point. That way, if I do something with my avatar, I want it to be... Like, if I do something in real life, I want it to be replicatable with my avatar in a game, and blah. Hope that made sense. Why is it so hot? It was so cold in my room earlier. Oh wait, I know. It's because I started exercising. Silly me. That's actually something I do sometimes. During the winter, I'll just, like, do Beat Saber or something, and I'll just heat up my room. And then I'll go take a shower, and it'll still be heated. Like, my room will heat up by, like, 10-15 degrees after I'm done Beat Sabering. So, it's quite handy. So if you're in a cold spot, I'm going to do that. I wonder how well it's tracking. I normally don't have it on my back. I usually have it, like, down and forward, because it's the least invasive. Because if I go to sit down, like, it'll get covered up by, like, the chair or something. But I guess since I'm standing, I shouldn't worry about that. Yeah. After all, once I sit down, that's usually the time to say, oh, it's relaxing time. I think that's just left over from, like, when I used to go do a lot of VR, like multiple hours of VR. But yeah, speaking of VR, after a while, I'm going to try replicating a lot of what I know into a world and put it in a world. That way, like, other people can go do exercising and stuff. That said, that's probably going to take at least 2 years by the time you see it, so maybe I shouldn't say anything because it's jinxing it. After all, if you've been paying attention to these vlogs, things do happen. All of 2023 was pretty bad, so just don't expect it. Something can happen, but hey, this year's much better. I'm feeling hopeful. I want to at least make an avatar this year. At least. Maybe a world. We'll go see what happens, but I want to go do something like that. Alright, last physical checkpoint thingy is I plan on sleeping on the floor every day this month. I failed that yesterday because I was feeling so bad that I'm just like, I'm going to go take a nap. And then I just fell asleep. So I failed that. Like, the other day was just so bad. But yeah. But like, I did sleep one day on the floor, on a yoga mat and on a blanket with some sheets over it. Just so I don't like so I don't statically shock my headset or something like that. Yeah, it won't destroy the headset, but like static shocks do mess with it, and I'm just like, probably over a long period of time that probably does damage to the headset. That never really was a problem with my original Vive though. I don't know if I ever did that with the Index though. But yeah, because I used to go do VR on a carpet, and I didn't realize it was just static because I kept on walking back and forth. Now I'm on a hardwood floor. But yeah, anyways, I'm sleeping on the floor on a yoga mat with a blanket over it with some sheets on top. And oh my god, like, I slept so much better after I did that. I mean, to be fair, like, most of the time I hear people say that the first few days are absolutely abysmal when you're not used to sleeping on the floor. However, I always grew up sleeping on a firm mattress, so I feel like the difference isn't going to be as huge. It definitely really sucks for the first like few minutes, as my body's getting used to like the floor. But like it was really great sleep. That said, though, even though I had like a yoga mat, a blanket and sheets, I can't lay directly on the back, or the spine will feel the floor, and that's not a pleasant experience. So I'm probably gonna put another blanket just for my spine. But yeah, like, it was really weird because the first day I did it, like, it felt weird because it felt like my spine was trying to like realign, like, I'm like, oh, that's an interesting experience. It doesn't hurt, but it's definitely doing things. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have better posture from that. So we'll see. And if that becomes like a normal thing, maybe if I ever have a sleepover with someone, like, I can just lay on the floor, which is kind of funny. But yeah. And I've always gotten used to sleeping in firm beds because anytime I would go to like someone else's house, and sleep in like a super soft bed, I'm just like, the heat is too much. And then it would also be like so much pressure on my back. Even when I was a kid, I'm just like, how do you do this? So yeah, I've been really digging that so far. Is that it? Yeah. Abrupt editing. I am now. Oh shit. Wrong way. There we go. I haven't done it while I'm in VR before, but you want to go see my weight? I'll show you. All right, let's see. Sure, we can take them. Maybe one day I'll be confident enough to actually show my face. But for now, I won't. So I'll have it horizontal, so it's facing the frickin' top. But yeah, I'm gonna be consistent with my clothes. I'm just using only shorts, so that's another reason why I'm nervous about it. Oh, that's right. This is a new profile because I want to make sure that it's separate from my other one, so it keeps the weights different. Wait, am I on? There we go. Ooh, you can see me. Look at me.
Measuring.
Darkness. You only see the headset.
Okay. Smile.
See? You can totally see who I am. But yeah. It's 5 years? Yeah. When I first... The other account is... The oldest one was like 2016, but like the oldest weight I think I saw was like around 300. Because I used to be quite the heavy boy. But I've lost a lot of weight since then, so do you want to see how much weight I've lost? And it's always been consistent that my balance is terrible. I always lean on the left side for some reason, and to the back. Usually it's more closer to the back, so it's not the best. But if I play this enough, like my balance is pretty good. All right, and my balance went way off the side for a second because I was looking at the camera. Because I like to move around and sway to the side. And that's like the closest I could make it look to my real self. I actually have to go edit that me later. But yeah, that's how heavy I am. BMI 22 are least likely to get sick. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting there. Cause last time I did it was I lost 10 pounds since the last time I measured myself. So I am losing weight, even though the last time I did it was like I had a bad diet from the last time I did it. And only recently I've started picking back up the healthy diet again. So that's the BMI, but the weight is 250. So with the VR headset equipment and stuff, it's another like 4 pounds because I tried it on the other one and it was 246. So headset with the tundra trackers and the index controllers, it's 4 pounds. So now you know how heavy I am. I'm still gonna like include this into the thing, but don't expect any like pictures of my real self. I don't want to break the magic. Eventually I am gonna make like unlisted videos showing like actual pictures, but for this month I'm just gonna skip it. But yeah, now you know my weight and why I might be a little weak. Again, I grew up with playing video games all my life. I was very much a nerd that just sat indoors all day, playing all the time. But yeah. But now, since I got VR, I've been losing a lot of weight because of that. But now, even though I've been losing weight, I want to lose more weight and I want to have more muscles and such. So, because I can't control this with a fat, obese body. So I've been losing weight. And I gotta say, when you lose a lot of weight, it feels so much better. But it is kind of funny that I've almost lost 100 pounds since I first started exercising. Unfortunately, I didn't like document all of that progress. But this year, I'm gonna go a lot more harder on that. So I'll go show like what it is, because before I'm just kind of lax about it. I just like, there's no real reason for me to go do anything about that. So I just didn't care too much. But this year, I actually want to like get some cool looking muscles and like lose a lot of weight. So yeah, I'm gonna be adding this in for every single one. So yeah, now back to the rest of the video. Bye bye. You know what, sure, I'll go add this in there, why not? I used to do this like super fast, but it's been a hot minute. But I did a balance test with the other one, just like... Wait, only 2? They only start you off with 2?
3,
Oh my god.
2, 1.
That's interesting. Wait, what? Oh, that was a practice? Oh, that's funny. Yeah. I haven't seen anyone do like a new like Wii Fit sort of test thing in a long time. I'm just realizing I'm giving myself a hard time because I'm looking at it through OBS. Oh yeah, there we go. Bigger screen. And then the one where it's directly in the middle. Yeah. I remember when I used to like start working on balance, like I could never get that last one because every time it would be like bomb, bomb. I'm like, oh no, and then it would panic me, and then I wouldn't be able to concentrate on my balance enough to actually get that final one. But still, it's not the greatest. Only one test? That's funny. So what does it say? Hey, just like the other one said. So yeah. I'm actually 35. Let's see if I can continue to age backwards. I will unlock the secrets of Sakurai and live forever. It's funny because people like to make the joke. Oh, that's right. This is the only one. You know what? Maybe I will go show a few other like Wii Fit things. I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it, but it's a fun little thing. But yeah, I will say my balance improved a lot after doing like balance games and such on Wii Fit. And then it made a lot of exercises easier. However, I stopped after a while. So when I actually got into like more in-depth exercises, it was a little harder. But yeah. So I am definitely going to be trying to lose as much weight as possible. So I need... Wait. 170? I just realized that's less than 100 pounds away. This is actually achievable. I mean, I know you lose weight, like, slower when you're lighter. But still. There. And then... Since I lost 10 pounds in 3 months, because it was 102 days, I'm going to try doing that again. So I'm going to be losing like 3.5 pounds every week, theoretically, because I'm going to be super strict with my diet, and we'll see where that goes. And unlike most people that like go on diets and such, they usually rebound, but like I've never been like super crazy food guy, so I'm just going to eat what I need. So we'll see. The biggest concern is the energy drinks that I have. They're the last link to the old habits. But gosh darn, I love having an energy drink when I go play a game for the game log. We'll see what happens. But yeah. And then I think that's all I gotta say here, because I don't think there's gonna be anything more. But yeah, it's interesting to see all the things for the first time. I wonder how many people have uploaded like playthroughs of playing Wii Fit for the first time. But yeah, you know what? I was just gonna go weigh myself and that would be it. But I just want to go show. I used to be a big old edgy boy. See Mr. Black Shirt with the cool sunglasses back there? Yeah. I used to be all edgy and such. I'm like, people with long black hair are really cool. Gotta have the sunglasses. But yeah. And then for this, like, I just chose glasses over the closest. So yeah. Oh, this is tempting. But yeah. I actually have the fit meter thing. But like, that implies I have to go walk places. But yeah. So, real quick, I would just want to show you. I'm not gonna do any more. I just want to show you like the ones that were my favorites, and then maybe I'll go add it to the next vlog. Maybe, because Wii Fit's kind of fun. Oh, I definitely know one I want to tell you. Also going to do male because 1, closer body type. 2, I don't know, just more soothing for some reason. I don't know. Oh, that's right. I used to panic so much because you look at the fit bank and it'll tell you like how much like each thing you eat, like how many calories it all has. So it's like a single like thing of chocolate is like 400 or something like that. I'm like, oh, it's impossible. What do you want? Oh, I can just tap on the Wii U gamepad. I don't want to. Oh my god. It's so weird hearing this with a headset. I've always heard it off of my TV, so the audio quality is bad. Well, yeah. So, yoga. I always would start with like the deep breathing just to get like everything set. And then I just do half moon, warrior I did quite a few times. When it started, it felt like it was easy and hard at the same time. It's really weird. And I used to struggle doing the tree. I would not be able to do it at all. So I would just always be putting my foot down all the time. It was just too much. Sun salutation. This is what killed my back. Because you just go. The gamepad is a bit big. I forgot about that. I would go like that, and then I would go like this, but since I didn't brace my core, when you go up, it would just like put a tremendous amount of pressure on the little back there. So this is the exercise that destroyed my back. Just because I had improper form in not bracing my core. And then standing knee, yes. Standing knee is nice. And then palm tree I loved doing. I think that one improved my balance the most of all of these. But it was very hard starting out. I just remember a chair hurting my legs like crazy when I first did this. Again, I used to be over 300 pounds. 330 was my heaviest weight. So everything on Wii Fit was really hard. I think I was like too unfit to like do a lot of like the Wii Fit things. I think I need to do like a lot of other things, which is why Beat Saber was so important, because it actually got me started on all this stuff. Downward facing dog. I haven't done it recently, but back when I used to be like super overweight, like if I would do this pose, like it felt like everything was rushing right into the face, and it feels like my eyes were trying to like bulge out. So I was not a fan of downward facing dog. Felt amazing afterwards though, because I'm pretty sure it was like one of those relaxing stretches, and not like a strength building one, and that shocked me the first time I heard that. Dance. I can do that now. My ankle's like switching a little bit, but I can actually do that now. Cobra is always added on like the end of my ab exercises. I was doing it wrong for so long because I used to freaking just push myself up and I would feel nothing in the abs. So I was doing it wrong somehow. Butt bridges helps a lot. Do like advanced users. What's so advanced about the bridge? I mean, yeah, I guess. Yeah. There's a few different things. Yeah. Okay, I can see why that's for advanced users. Spinal twist. Very good. But if your muscles aren't used to it, you can hurt yourself quite a bit. I was so scared of this because I tried it like once when I was like super overweight and like super unfit. But like after I've done like ab exercises, like I can do this one because this is like the thing right before like the Cobra stretch. I have not done shoulder stand. This one always felt nice. It just feels really good. I don't know if it like helps anything, but it just felt really good. The gate. I remember this one hurting because it was super unfit. I remember this one like grinding the tailbone or wherever the spine is that touches the ground. I'm like, no thank you. So, and then I only got a few more left. Single leg extension. Yeah. Oh wait, oops. Gotta raise it up. Oh yeah. And lean forward. It's been a hot minute. And also the headset I'm trying to be careful of because I don't want to damage anything. So like, but because I also am holding this thing because I used to do this on the original Wii and you didn't have to hold this. Wait, actually I think it tells you to go put this thing down. Push up inside. Oh, I can do push-ups. I can do side planks, but I can't do that. Not yet. I have a hard time, enough time doing the proper form for either of them. I mean, I probably can do it, but like with improper form. Torso twists are great. Jackknives. I was addicted to jackknives for a while, especially since there's like a challenge. Oh, that's right. You have to unlock the challenge. Forgot about that. Yeah, so I would do that because I'm just like, ooh, I gotta be a try-hard gamer. I gotta beat him. So I got addicted to the jackknives, trying to beat that. Lunge always hurt when I tried it. Rowing squat. I remember it being hard and yet easy, but I'm pretty sure I had improper form. Single leg twists. Wait, how's it? Oh yeah. So, bap, bap, slap, slap. But yeah, I like the leg twists and the leg lifts. Yeah. I just realized that's just like a standing up version of like what I was doing on the floor earlier. So. And it's funny because since I was like doing this sideways leg lifts on the ground, like that, I'm actually feeling it like right here really hard right now. But yeah, planks always suck because it feels like there's no padding in the arm and elbow. Sometimes I'll put a pillow underneath the arm. I feel like once I get enough muscles on my arms and more everything and then lose a lot of weight, planks probably won't suck as much, but right now they suck. Tricep extensions. That's nice for loosening things up, but I don't know how that's supposed to do things for toning it, so probably doing something wrong. I'm probably using the wrong muscles. It's another one of those things of, you can do the motion. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's right. I gotta change the tracker thing. Yeah, because this is me going as high as I can, and I go a little further down. It's about like two inches that I can put my hand, and then depending on where I put it, yeah, the rotation of what's in my wrist is where it will go. So yeah, clearly I gotta get 11 tracker points. But yeah. Arm and leg lift. It looks hard, but it was never actually that hard for me. Single arm stand. I wasn't able to do this when I first started Wii Fit. I can do that. I do that all the time now. I do that all the time. It's so handy being able to do this. So, I couldn't do that when I was younger. Balance bridge. I think I started doing that with my ab exercises at one point. Just because I saw it like in a recommended, so I did it a few times. But I don't think I ever did it on the Wii. Side lunge. I don't feel like a lot of strength, but it feels really good to stretch it out. Single hand leg reach. I'm not doing that with the Wii pad in my hand. So, So, oh, whoops. Oh my gosh. The headset really does mess with the balance quite a bit. All right, so how does he do it? Because I never attempted this. Oh, hello, TV. Oh, that's right, I don't have my chaperones on. I actually don't need to be on my Wii Fit board anymore. So like, ha. Ha. And I'm being kind of impatient with that. But like, I can do that easily now. It's not like a super big struggle. Oh, whoops. And then, oh my god, I remember when I used to do the hula hoops. It always destroyed me. Actually, hula hoops destroyed everyone. Even people that were like fit and going to the gym and such. Like everyone would get destroyed whenever they tried to do the hula hoop in this game. I thought that was hilarious. Puzzle squash, didn't do much. Rhythm boxing is fun, but I don't think it really did a whole lot. I think it's better to just go for an actual frickin' walk. But you can, like, get your muscles moving quite a bit with this. I feel like if you were as unfit and overweight and all that as I was when I first started Wii Fit, this, like, walking around and such is actually very helpful. But, if you are fit, like, I don't think it's gonna do a whole lot for you. And I got addicted to the island cycling because I just love that. What is this even for? Does the golf really even help? Oh yeah. I never did this one. And then dances. I didn't do any of the dances. I did them a couple times and I'm just like, I am really bad. So I just never tried it again. It's so funny to think about. Oh, yeah. And then I did a lot of the bounce stuff. I remember doing the soccer one a few times. Ski jump. Everyone else loves ski jump. I'm just like, it's okay. Trampoline. Didn't do that one much. This one improves my balance tremendously. Alongside, where is it? This one. Those two were the ones that like improve my balance really well. Like if I do these like just a few times in a week, like even if I haven't played Wii Fit in a long time, like it like improves my balance in every other exercise I do in life. So I definitely like those ones a lot. I doubt they're gonna go resell the Wii Fit stuff, but yeah. This was actually kind of nice. Body and mind coordination. I don't know if that's true or not, but it does help with the balance quite a bit. Yeah. I don't know if this one helps that much either, but it was just like kind of fun playing it. It's just like, but I feel like it's more of a exercise in patience than anything. Hand-eye coordination. I remember this like being kind of like rubbing your tummy and patting your head. So that one was kind of fun. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, I remember doing this one a lot because you have to balance quite a bit. And then like moving your arms up and down, if you're super unfit, you'll feel it. So that was kind of nice. And that's pretty much everything I ever did with like the Wii Fit. I'm sure there's other things. I did use the personal trainer from a couple times, but yeah. I forgot there's community and rankings, but yeah. That's pretty much that. Hope you had fun. I was just gonna weigh myself, and that was going to be it. So yeah. Wait, I can do touchdowns on this. And now we can talk about video games. So, Smash. I'm gonna have a lot to talk about this time. Next time is probably gonna be a lot more specific stuff for the geeky people, but for this one, probably not gonna be as geeky because I'm just saying the general like gist of what I'm trying to do. First things first, I'm feeling much better about like the little time that I do have to go improve at Smash, because I saw a video recently of this person named Albert. He only had time to play 3 to 4 hours a week, but despite all that, he was able to beat Hungry Box in Melee. So if he can do that, then I can get to a decent rate. After all I want to do is just have perfect control over my characters so I can do cool stuff. Yeah. And then I spent an ungodly amount of time looking at characters this month, though. I'm just like, I have to know for sure who I'm going to pick. I already know I'm going to main Sephiroth because, one, I wanted him in since Melee. But, like, as time went on, like, just more and more things, like, I fell in love with about Sephiroth. I still need to go play the games. I'm going to be playing them later, but I still need to go play those games. I'll talk about that more in the game log portion, but, like, yeah. But, like, his gameplay is, like, a combination of so many other characters that I love playing in Smash. That's just, like, I can't resist him. Because his up B is just, like, Meta Knight's Dimensional Cape, just longer and a bit more committal. Frickin'... He has a shield break, which I absolutely love. Marth has a shield break, so that's kind of a big deal, especially since I love the huge explosion that Sephiroth does. My favorite thing about Mega Man was his Crash Bomb, but Shadow Flare is basically Crash Bomb, but way more complex and just like way better. It's like there's so much more to it than that. So I absolutely love that. And then I could probably keep on going about Sephiroth, so I'll stop talking about him now. But yeah. So main is Sephiroth. I'm going to go play Snake. So because I love playing chess. Chess and Smash are basically two things that have followed me throughout my life. MechWarrior as well, but you know what? MechWarrior takes quite a bit of time and it's a bit more niche. I don't think I'm going to get as many people into MechWarrior. Especially when there's probably some other better games out there. But, you know, I'm definitely going to get that the MechWarrior 5 Clans whenever that comes out. Because MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, it's nice to have a sandbox, but I definitely realized it can get a little too repetitive for some people, so I do want to play the clans because there's going to be like a story mode for that, so it'll be quality over quantity, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Anyways, as I was saying, Snake is like chess, and I love chess. Because you have to think about multiple things in every direction. You have to think ahead of time, and you have to know when to go trade damage and all that. So I love it. So between those two, I feel like those are like two main things. Sephiroth is like the main swordy type. He's kind of normal in a way. Even though he has absolutely absurd range, his lagginess makes him actually kind of balanced. So I feel like I don't need like a normal character with him, because if I miss an attack, someone can punish me for it. So yeah. With all that said though, while I have normal swordy characters like done, and I have Snake being a trapper, sometimes zonery, but mainly a trapper. I mean, I realized at one point I basically love zoners because they can trap people, and who does that better? Trappers. So yeah, and Snake is the trappiest of the trappy characters. So yeah, he's basically the one I have to play. I gotta go play Metal Gear at some point. Oh my god, I can't wait to keep on going on my game log. But yeah, so with those ones out of the way, all that's basically left is like a rush down, like super aggressive close range fighter. So I do love Fox. He introduced me to Smash, but I don't really care about him enough. Also, he feels kind of repetitive when I play him, which makes me sad. It's like he has cool things. It just feels like you're doing the same thing over and over. And like even when I look at the competitive footage, it's like it feels like you're doing a lot of the same thing. So yeah, which is kind of funny because these other ones I'm gonna mention might sound like they're even more that. But yeah. So there's 3 I narrowed it down to because they have more like emotional, like freaking significance to me, or whatever you want to call it. Pichu, the character that made me like love adorable things, made me realize, wait, I can like adorable things. So that, of course, I always loved adorable things. I just lied to myself about it all the time because I gotta be cool, I gotta be edgy and all that. But Pichu is the one that made me go, wait, maybe I do like adorable things. But then I wouldn't really like fully go into like liking adorable things until I got into VR. But I will say one thing, Lucario kind of helped me realize I shouldn't be trying to be such a hard guy all the time and go relax. Which is why I even started VR in the first place. But yeah. Anywho, edgy things. Meta Knight's edgy as heck. I love the heck of Meta Knight. But like, I'm already playing a speedy, edgy swordsman in Smash that likes to be at a certain distance, and that's Sephiroth. So I don't think I need to go play Meta Knight as well. As cool as Meta Knight is, I'm going to wait until the next game because there's no way Sephiroth's coming back. I'm absolutely shocked that I got into Ultimate in the first place. It's like, I'm happy that I got in though. I wanted him since Melee. And I'm like, he's never getting in. We don't even have any third parties. It'll never happen. Oh, he's here now. But yeah. Meta Knight will wait for later. And then, but yeah, Pichu. I don't know if I'm going to be sticking with Pichu though. He's still on the table, but I'm still not sure. Also, he is kind of stepping on the toes of my Pikachu main friend. And also, if I'm trying to be competitive, should probably pick up Pikachu instead. But I don't care about Pikachu. So that'll probably be something that'll always bother me if I do play Pichu. Last of the 3 that I was heavily considering for a while is Sonic. But like, I figure he would give me a much healthier, like, competitive mindset because people are gonna complain about bullshit all the time. So just don't worry about it. Just have fun. That said, though, like, you all know, like, he has a bad rep because in the competitive scene, people go for timeouts and drag the game out a lot. So I'm a little afraid of doing Sonic because of that, and because I'm like, how much of that is absolutely required? Because I want to get good at the game. I'm gonna do frickin' a lot of casuals with other people. Some of them are tournament goers though, so I gotta go make sure my gameplay is up to snuff. But I don't know what even is that phrase. Whatever. Anyways, let's see. But yeah, because at this point, I feel like with Sonic, I can just go in, be a rush down, and just like mix things up constantly and just always go after people. But I hear later on, like, he's all about side B, and if you're not doing side B, you're basically gonna just like toss yourself at the enemy and they'll just block everything. Because he's like one of the worst on block with almost all of his moves in the game. Except for side B, which is plus on block. So, yeah, there's a bit of a thing where people will just run away, side B, and then come back. And just keep on doing that over and over again. So, I'm not so sure. Yeah. I am also tempted to play Lucario, Ridley, and Kirby. Ridley is too similar to Sephiroth, but he's different enough from Meta Knight that in the next game I probably won't care about that. Funnily enough, like those, like Sephiroth is close to both of them, but like they're not close to each other, which I find kind of funny. I'm still probably gonna play Ridley a lot in casuals though. He's just too fun. I love him. After all, before I started like training in Lucario a bunch. Did I not? I didn't put it on loop. It's been over an hour. Oh yeah. So what was I saying? Ridley. Yeah, I played Ridley a heck ton before I started training with Lucario. So Ridley was like my most played for the longest time, and then Lucario was because I was kind of forcing Lucario because Lucario is the most normal of the bunch of the characters that I like to play. I'm still tempted to go play Lucario, but I'm trying to go save that for Smash 6. But we'll see what happens. After all, it's like, I think Lucario is cool as heck, but I'm really bad at Lucario, so I can't show off all the cool things that he does. But even if I just have Lucario on the frickin' screen, people just hate him just because of the existence of Aura. And I get that because I hated Aura at first too, but it's something you gotta learn and just like, it's like different states of play. But yeah, I'm saving that for next game. And then Kirby, I was tempted, but then I realized he's basically just a slower, harder hitting version of Meta Knight. There's still differences, of course, but in general, that's kind of how I view Kirby. And if Meta Knight's in the game, I'm not going to want to play Kirby. So, yeah. I also played a little bit of the Wii U. I might try to go make a video of playing the Wii U with one of my friends because he has the Wii U Smash. So we'll go see what happens. Because the gameplay balance difference is quite different in there. I mean, I love the heck out of Cloud in that game because Limit doesn't go away and his sword's much bigger. But he's still super fast, so he feels amazing in that game. Link I love in that game. Because he can do combo and he has some nice range. Whereas he gets split into Breath of the Wild Link and Young Link in Ultimate. And I can't pick between those two. It's just like, no. I want the one moveset that does both of those things, not just one thing just really well. So yeah. Also the Mii fighters are absolutely insane in the Wii U because I think they're faster than even Sheik and Fox. I'm just like, wait, what the heck? That's not supposed to happen. If you make them the smallest that can be. They have like no range. They have like Pichu range. But like they can be faster than them. And it was kind of fun. Though I gotta say, after playing Ultimate and going to Smash 4, it's nice being able to run and then stop immediately and then keep running. It's like this amount of sliding in Smash 4 is ridiculous. Yeah. So, with that said, things I need to improve on in Smash. Focus. Which means better sleep, diet, and meditating and such. Which I'm planning on doing anyways. So, yeah. Yeah, I was often like way too aggressive. I always want to just press forward and press buttons. I mean, maybe I should be playing Pichu then. Because Pichu is so freaking mashy. But then again, probably not as mashy as Yoshi. Yoshi can get away with that, I think. Yeah. Because he shifts his hurt box around so much. He's quite fast. But yeah. I am still tempted to go play Pichu. But yeah, let's see what else. But yeah, oh yeah, I'm planning on like practicing in the morning because it's a lot easier to remember things first thing when you wake up. Because at the end of the day, you're too exhausted. So, planning on doing like 15-30 minutes of practicing of Smash so I can actually move my character properly. So, we'll see what happens there. After all, I can short hop pretty consistently now. I still have to think really hard about it when I'm in a match, but I can short hop consistently when I want to. So I guess gotta combine that with other things. Eventually I'll do like consistent reverse aerial, rush, short hop, fast fall back air. And stuff like that. But yeah, little by little. You can't do cool stuff if you can't move around. Let's see. As for the things I have improved in this month, I took the time to fully look into Sephiroth's moveset, look at his frame data, look at the launch angles, and see like what are like the proper ways to use his moves, as opposed to just doing what feels natural. So I'm gonna use Nair a lot more because I realized just how useful that is, because sometimes you need to use the Nair to go mix things up. Also going to use down throw more because that's another combo option. Because before I was just addicted to doing forward throw because it looks funny and it looks really cool. And then I'm also going to do impaling the stage so I can like when he jabs into the side of the stage and he just sits there for a second, just so I can have another recovery option available. And then lastly, I've been using Shadow Flare a lot more. So, because, my gosh, if I can get to work on Bayonetta, I can get to work on anybody. And my gosh, I've fallen in love with Shadow Flare again. It's so fun. I love seeing people panic because they have to go time it right, but they also have to remember that you're there, and they can't. It's like the mental stack. They have to remember everything. There. And now for the game log. Next game. I'm going to take another little sip before I talk about the game that you're listening to right now. There. There's a game that has a Risk of Rain. But I'm not talking about Risk of Rain 2, even though I love that game. I played it in VR once, too. But I'll talk about that another day, probably. I don't know. There's not much to say. It's a roguelike. Really fun game, though. But it'll eat your time. And I feel like my time's better spent on other things. As much as it hurts so much to say that, because, again, I really love Risk of Rain. It's always a good time. Anywho, I will be saying spoilers for Rain Worlds shortly. But I want to say, again, I'm doing Mondays for the games. I'm going to be editing during like any downtime when I'm not really doing anything. Just because I want to make sure like I remember things more. And also so like I feel like my brain's actually doing something. But this all depends on like I might not keep editing videos because it is a long time to go play a game and then edit stuff. So we'll go see. But I want to like the reason why I want to go do edit stuff is because it sticks in the brain more. And also I've realized on my bad days it's nice to go look back at stuff I've recorded. Especially if it involves my friends, but at this current point in time, I'm just doing a game log where it's just me exploring a world and absolutely enjoying everything about it. So, yeah. Rain World's a lot longer than I was expecting, though. So, you're going to get spammed by Rain World content for a little bit. But I love it. Very relaxing playthrough, for the most part. Except for the parts where I'm panicking. But yeah, I'm going to be writing down. Wait, didn't I mention that earlier? But yeah, I'm going to be writing down the time to complete for all the video games, and probably do like a priority thing or something like that. And I'll probably post it somewhere. Some people use Google Docs, but I don't know if I'm going to use something else. We'll go see. But yeah, the next game I plan to play is going to be Stray, because that's only 5 hours. 5 hours. And then I'm probably going to go play a bunch of like the VR Essentials things. And then someone told me to go play Amori. But I have to go finish Buddy Simulator first, because that feels like it's the same vein. And then I'll go do Amori. And then I'm going to go do Final Fantasy VII. Then I'm going to do Remake. Yeah, Final Fantasy, then Remake, then Crisis Core, then Rebirth. Because that's what someone told me to go do. Because I told them I'm going to go play Crisis Core, and then I'm going to go play the original. And they're like, what are you doing? You can't do that. Why? Why would you do that? So, I'll go do that thing that they mentioned. But you know what? Like, after all the Sephiroth stuff I've seen, I don't know if the original is going to have the same effect. Because, from what I hear, like, Sephiroth's cool in the original because there's just so much mystery. You don't know anything about Sephiroth, for the most part. But, you know what? I know things about him now, so I don't know if I'm going to have the same experience as people that played Final Fantasy VII before anything else. Yeah. Yeah. And that's all I have planned for now. I might do Metal Gear after Final Fantasy VII. However, Rain World was supposed to be 24 hours and 48 hours after 100% completion. I'm currently like 60 hours in. I 100% like Survivor's map, except for one area. Okay, spoilers. And I'm going to be saying even bigger spoilers in a moment. But yeah, Five Pebbles area, I don't want to fully explore. That area takes a while to go explore through. Just because it alters your movement. And it's kind of slow movement. So, yeah. I explored the majority of it, though. Like 95% of it. So I don't think the one or two screens that I missed are going to be any big difference in there. Anyways, 100% Survivor. I did a playthrough of Monk. Not much different happened. There was a few differences between Survivor and Monk, but it's not that big of a deal. And now, at the time of this recording, I'm going through Hunter's campaign, and oh my god, I did try it once before, and holy crap, it is so much harder. So that's one reason why I decided to go 100% Survivor, because I'm like, Hunter's too hard. Let me go get used to moving around in the combat more with Survivor. So I did that. So, yeah. Let's see here. I'm going to give you 2 more warnings for spoilers. Again, spoiler warning. I will be saying big spoilers in a moment. But before I played Rain World, since I was looking at ASMR stuff, and I was getting recommended Rain World stuff, there was a Rain World ASMR thing that has over 100,000 views. And then later on, so I clicked it and I just thought it was kind of funny. And then later on, I'm like, I want to go see the comments again. And then Andrew was like, where's the 10-hour version? And he's the person that made the mod that the Downpour DLC is made based off of. So I thought that was absolutely hilarious, because apparently Andrew's helping with making stuff in Rain World now. I could be totally wrong on that, and Andrew is the actual creator, but I'm pretty sure he's just the dude that made the mod that the extra slugs are based off of, and then the person who made like the original game is someone else. I have to go look at the credits again, but it's just so funny to see the creator of a game or someone working on the game just randomly, casually going into like an ASMR video and just being like, "Hey." I loved it. But yeah. Oh, I did mention it here too. But yeah, I had different energy levels throughout like the game. Sometimes more energetic, sometimes not so much. But it's a very relaxing experience for the most of it. I will say this though. The first time I did Hunter, I basically didn't have any caffeine for the first 2 weeks, and then I had an energy drink for doing like Hunter. And then with all the more enemies that are in Hunter's thing, I was panicking so much. It was so funny. So I definitely can't wait to do like a little highlight thing of Hunter, but I have to go through so many more playthroughs. It's not going to take as long as Survivor because I know the map now and know where to go. I hear that there's changes to the other maps for the other slugs, but we'll go see. But like, I actually know how to move. I know how to move my slug and control him. So they should be a lot shorter. Okay. So, big spoilers. Last warning. Big spoilers. Poof. So, the very end of the game, there's a thing that you get to see within the void. You know, after the segment where like it's all trippy, where you're going from like all wibbly wobbly stuff, and then things fade into like all yellow, and you're going into an ocean, which is really funny because a couple of weeks later, after I did the ending, someone was talking about like a mushroom trip, and they were saying the exact thing. I'm like, oh, is the ending of Rain World a little based on something? I just thought that was funny. But yeah. So, if you are not listening to the spoiler, well, you've had your chance. Because I've said it a bazillion times. Why is this? Okay. Oh, that's right. Because I want to show myself there. But yes. The void worm that's there reminds me of the first OC I ever made. Before I even knew what like OCs were. I thought that was funny. So this is like child me making these things. I wanted to be all edgy and such, but as you can tell, you can look there, it's like I still have really stupid, dumb humor. So even though I was trying to be all edgy and all that, like I was failing at it. I was doing a bunch of goofy things. But yeah. So yeah, that was my humor when I was a little kid. But like looking at the void creature, it just reminded me of like that first OC. Of course there's differences. There's definitely differences. But like when I first went through there, I was so hell-bent on like completing the game. So I was probably recording when I probably should have gotten some sleep and done it the next day. But like it didn't help that like the end of the game is very long and it's just kind of relaxing and soothing at the end. So even if I did get a full sleep, I was probably gonna get like kind of sleepy from that anyways. So I was nice and relaxed. It kind of like puts you into a nice little trance and kind of thing, which I think is on purpose. Just because of the way the game is. So I kind of was digging that. So there was kind of like two things going on in my head at the moment. One is the like proper experience that you're supposed to have, probably the things that everyone's thinking about. But the other part was like a subconscious like little thing going on in my head. Or it's just like I was looking at that and my brain was like, oh, this is your childhood self. And he's like, oh, I got all this power, and here you are, you're stuck doing cycles, and you're being lazy, and you're not getting anything done. Everything's bad, blah, blah, blah. You think you're different, but you're just the same, but weaker. So, but of course, I didn't say anything about that in the playthrough because I was just so zonked out. So that was just like something that was going on in my head. So once I actually got some sleep and got to actually think about it, like obviously, like I was able to go shove that away. Especially since, another spoiler, I think Saint goes ascends this thing later anyways. I don't know that yet, but context clues, I think that's what's going to happen. So later on, like all the negative emotions I was feeling, like towards the end of like 2023, like I was able to go wafted away, just go like blah. We don't need the childhood like super try hard emotions anymore, because we're still going to be able to do all the hard stuff, but we can do it in a relaxed time. And so like you can go now, so just like ascend, blah, goodbye childhood negative thoughts. So yeah, so now I feel a lot better because of that too, so even more positive vibes. So the breaking of the dam of emotions that happened last year, it's pretty much gone now. My emotions have found a way to go like move on. But my gosh, that was such a pain. I gotta say, emotions are a fickle thing, baby. It's like, it's so weird, like the things you do to make it so emotions will be satisfied, and so you can do things. Yeah, go figure. Oh yeah, I thought that was just really funny. Let's see. Is there anything else to say about this little guy? But yeah. Definitely not the experience that most people are going to get. Like I said, like I was having that experience and the normal intended experience that you're supposed to have, which is, oh shit, what's this thing? What's that? What's happening? Oh gosh. Alright, oh my god. Next time I'm gonna go shorten my my notes before I actually do this. It's supposed to be bulleted, not a freaking essay. I'm bad at this. But yeah. So right now, I have to redo the Hunters playthrough. I'm gonna start from the beginning. But yeah, overall, Rain World is a very relaxing game, but it does have random bullshit, which I find kind of funny, which is very helpful for like having that kind of mindset for dealing with real life. Because when you're relaxed, real life is a lot easier. Why is it? Oh, that's why. I just do this. Oops. There. I just realized my avatar's been flipping out for a little bit now. But yeah. I must finish this before I fall asleep. Where is it? Oh no. This is why we do bullets. Bullets. If you're not gonna go for a full-on script. But yeah. Basically Rain World has given me like the proper like mindset to go do stuff. Which is kind of funny because there's like a lot of Buddhism, Zen sort of thing. I don't know a whole lot about Buddhism. I just know there's like a lot of things of like everything is interconnected, everything is nothing, and blah. I'm probably not saying that the correct way. I just always thought like Buddhism stuff was kind of neat because you're focusing your mind, which I probably got into because Lucario, because the aura is with me, and all the failing at him trying to do like training exercises because he was being too much of a tryhard that he couldn't focus. So once he learned how to relax, he was able to like do things properly. So I thought that was kind of neat. But I was definitely not expecting like so much Buddhism sort of things going on in Rain World. That is quite the shocker, and I dig it though. But yeah, like this music that you're listening to right now. Didn't I mention that like earlier in this video? Is this track like different from the other ones? That just makes me notice it. But yeah, Rain World was definitely the game I needed. Like, I thought I was gonna need it because like it would satisfy like my childhood self for like being try hard because the game gets randomly hard, but also like satisfying my current self where like I'm much more relaxed in like at peace with like lots of things. But like I didn't realize it was gonna be such a perfect game, so I am so happy I played Rain World when I did. I did try it one time before. I think it was like right before Armored Core, and I was in a grumpy mood, and all I could think of was, oh, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Oh, I don't understand what's going on. It's bullshit. Of course, I'm exaggerating there. It was much more quiet. And I was listening to other friends talk. And that's why I'm not going to go upload it, because people were talking. Oops, excuse me. Also, some people were saying spoilers. I didn't know that were spoilers at the time. But like looking back at it, like you'll know that they're spoilers. So I don't want to go upload that. And there was almost nothing happening at the time. So, yeah. But yeah. Yeah, it was. Oh man, I can't wait to go like finish Rain World so I can go like edit like all the stuff. Oh, I want to, cause I've gotten addicted to editing videos. It's nice to have like memories that you can go watch back. But like, there's so many moments in Rain World that I love. It's not gonna be like the craziest, oh my god, explode your mind with how awesome it is sort of thing. But yeah. Oh, I just realized this is still up. But I don't think we need that anymore. I'm not talking about it. But yeah. Speaking of not talking about it, I think that's the last thing I wanted to go say about Rain World. I'm looking forward to playing Spearmaster. And people told me to go explore with Spearmaster. So I'm gonna go do that when that happens. Because apparently he has like collectibles. Apparently, and I don't know why he would have collectibles and not the others, but we'll see when we get there. But I want to go play Saint the most, because he interests me the most. Also, his tongue is a grapple mechanic, and grapple mechanics are fun. So he'll probably be my go-to for like after finishing the game. I don't know if I'm gonna play the Secret Slug. The Secret Slug is super hard. But yeah. So, last checkpoint, creation checkpoint. Well, all I've done so far is just familiarize myself with the new blender. And that's all that's happened. So, yeah. Not much to say there. I'm going to be doing certain things. But it should be a lot easier this time because I was following Blender Guru's tutorial at one point. And I did make some donuts a while back. I just didn't finish the entire tutorial. I just went like 3/4 of the way through. So I know a few things. I just need a refresher before I start actually making things. I hope next time, next vlog, I'll actually have created a thing. And I'll go show you what that thing looks like. Alright. Last thing. Beat Saber video talk. Originally, I was going to go DM Dokuros, Devourer of the God theme for the Terraria mod Calamity. That's a mouthful. But like, I realized it's 13 minutes. That's a long time for a song. So that's something I would probably have to go practice and just upload randomly. I don't want to add like the super long songs at the end of these. So I'll go do that some other point. Then I was also going to go do One Winged Angel, and then like I realized the avatar's legs were wrong. That like they were both like inwards and then pointing up a bit. So it looked really funny and weird. So I'm just like, no, let's not do that. And then I recorded one more video. I was recording it for myself, just because I wanted to see like my range of motion on like where I'm moving when I'm in Beat Saber, like what I'm trying to do. So it was a guilty pleasure song, but like sometimes I would just be like moving my leg just like this, not even like the upper part, just like the lower part. But what I want to do is like move like the entire leg, so there's like more things happening. So I gotta get myself more used to that. So and I'm planning on going to go record it next January, just to see how much of a difference there is in my range of motion and how fast I can move around. But yeah, the song in question is Silver's theme from Sonic 06. It's a guilty pleasure. But it's like, I will go save the world, even after I go into the past or whatever, and some stuff like that. Though I gotta say, sometimes listening back to it, it does kind of sound like a little bit of a love song, which I find kind of funny. But I like hearing the song sound like you're being a good boy doing good things. So I kind of like it. But it's kind of fun to like kind of feel like you're dancing to it though. But I don't know. I used to hate that song too, but now I love it. Go figure. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of things in the Sonic franchise that I used to hate because I was being edgy boy, but now I love. Speaking of edgy boys, yes, I love the heck out of Shadow. He used to be like the main draw for me. Also E102 Gamma. But like now I like the other things in that series. So yeah. So definitely gonna. So let's see. I don't know what I'm gonna record next. We'll go see. I'll probably try One Winged Angel again since I'm practicing Sephiroth this year in Smash. Yeah, that's basically it. I hope you had a fun time listening to me ramble. Let's see. I was 20 minutes slower this time. Oh my gosh. I mean, I did talk a lot more about Armored Core this time around. I think I explained like a lot more other things. But yeah, it's kind of interesting like how much different things can be when talking about this. Wait, is this now like the longest vlog? I don't know. One thing's for sure. I'm gonna go get some sleep now. I hope you had fun. I'll see you in the next vlog. Farewell.
and you'll see